Hello, Chathu. How's it going? Welcome. I forgot to turn on my backlight. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday. How's it going? Samwalk dropped a grenade in chat and then disappeared, and I've been left hanging and I need to know more. Samwalk said, good news, everyone. Today's video game discourse is even stupider than usual. How, for one? And two, are you going to share with the class? I don't know. I'm looking at my various... Is the Starfield title screen low effort? What? Starfield is getting called out for its minimalistic start screen. Disgruntled players unfairly labeling it hasty and lazy. Oh my god. It's the fucking firefight guy.
Language.
Or Firefall or whatever it's called. The guy who spent all of his development money on a bus instead of developing a video game. I'm not going to name him, and I'm not going to give you a link. He doesn't deserve your attention. He was one of the, prime gamer gators back in 2014. And anyhow, apparently he tweeted that if a game... He tweeted, a Twitter thread about how, if your game's title screen is bare bones, it means that you were rushed and you didn't take pride in your game. Which is I can see what he's saying, but also that is profoundly stupid. Because that's not the only reason. It's certainly the title screen, not that important. And if you've got a great many things that you have to worry about, you could probably cut corners on your title screen in service of making sure that your game is really good. But generally speaking, you don't cut corners on the first-time user experience. You want your first-time user experience to leave a positive impression. So, and the title screen is part of that first-time user experience. So it's it's not unimportant. It's not like a last thing. Anyhow, point being, this is a serial bad take haver. The guy who started this thread is a serial bad take haver. And nobody should listen to this guy. He's a dumb idiot. There it is. Firefall, that's the one. Firefall bus. Good old Firefall bus. Anyhow, yes, it does indeed seem to me like this is a particularly stupid bit of internet discourse. And I would tend to agree that, yes, today's video game discourse is stupider than usual. Moving on. What else? What do we got to talk about? There's a non-zero, not enormous, but non-zero amount of likelihood that we may finish Final Fantasy 16 today. So I don't want to take up too much time doing other things because I want to get through as much of the game as humanly possible. Oh, the triples are getting smaller. Hooray. Also, Maple is here, so I should show you Maple because we like Maple. She's got a chew and she's having a good time. Oh, she has a brush. Oh, she has a brush and she's having a good time. Are we gonna ruin? I took her on a walk before dinner and she was perfect. She was an angel. She was a delight to walk. She did not pull at the leash. She did not do stupid things. She didn't jump and bite. She didn't get frustrated with the leash. She just walked, trundled along beside me, sniffing at things when she wanted to sniff. It was delightful. But not waiting so long at the things that she wanted to sniff that it held up the duration of the walk. It was perfect. She was a very good dog. She was a very good dog. Sam Walk says, haha, your dog is still young enough that she notices things on walks. Hey, I can see again. All right. Things. First, Null Cola Ship. Thank you very much for the resub. Now for 21 months. Next, I went and saw Blue Beetle this weekend. Yeah. Unless there are very specific reasons that you might want to go see Blue Beetle, you should probably not bother. It's not good. Is it going to save the DCU? No, it is definitely not going to save the DCU. It was pretty bad. And I don't know, the reviews. So the trailers looked awful. The trailers looked terrible. But then the reviews started coming out before the movie came out, and I was like, hey. And the reviews were all like, hey, this movie is actually pretty good. It's funny and it's enjoyable and you'll have a good time. And then I was like, okay, cool. The reviews seem positive. I'll go check it out. And then it was tedious and derivative and not a good time. Was it funny? Not really. All of the funniest bits are in the trailer. So if you've seen the trailer, you've seen all the good jokes. And most of the humor just kind of fell flat. Anyhow, in discussing it, I saw somebody describe it as having been Frankensteined together with scenes from other better movies, and that is a very good description of it. I believe I saw one person review it after it came out. I saw some. No, I mean I did ultimately say it had been Frankenstein together, but I saw somebody else use the specific word Frankenstein, which I think is a very accurate word. I did not coin the term Frankenstein together in the context of this discussion. I just said it was a bunch of movies that got thrown into a blender together, and then the still legible pieces that were still visible in the slurry got like stapled together. But I didn't actually use the much more concise term Frankenstein. And yes, I do mean Frankenstein monstered together. I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh yeah, the review the other review I saw was like, this is the superhero movie to see if you've seen less than 5 superhero movies. But me, having seen every superhero movie, I could tell just how derivative it was. All right, I'm gonna without diving into it for too long, because I really don't want to spend the whole night talking about it. Emblematic of how like half-baked this movie is, and how like put together from other better movies it is. The movie opens with different. So Blue Beetle, there's a little scarab device. It's a little blue beetle shaped piece of alien technology. That's the Blue Beetle that becomes the power set of Jaime. But the movie opens, the opening cuts, like the opening credit roll of the movie is this little blue beetle piece of technology, along with beetles in many other colors, flying through the galaxy, off on their way to other places. And there's like, it's all rendered in beautiful CG, and like one of the beetles flies through the middle of a planet and just cracks the planet in half and blows the planet up. And they're flying through the galaxy off to do their different things. And then we get to Earth, like in the future, and the evil corporation uncovers the blue scarab, and stuff happens, and Jaime comes into possession of it. Without getting into like too much of it, but Jaime comes into possession of it, and we learn that this is a like an alien world destroying weapon. It is an artificially intelligent alien world destroying weapon. It's also a symbiont, but neither of those really come up. The big thing is, it takes over Jaime, and like whenever he's in danger, it takes over and defends him. And of course, being an alien world destroying weapon, it goes to kill people, right? Like it goes to use lethal violence. And he's like, no, we don't kill people, and convinces it. Like, it doesn't even convince it. He's like, no, we don't kill people, non-lethal only. And it's like, command acknowledged, and switches over to non-lethal. But it's artificially intelligent, so it like talks to Jaime throughout the movie, and
like bad venom.
It is like stupid venom, yeah.
Which is saying a lot.
Which is saying a lot, yeah. So like that's all fine, right? I have no problem with any of this, except that They set up all these other beetles and then never do anything with them. They tell you it's a galaxy-destroying weapon, but they never go into any of its, like, what it's on Earth to... Like, there's literally no indication whatsoever of how it came to be on Earth, why it's on Earth, what it's on Earth for, what its mission on Earth is, why it was dispatched through the galaxy. Like, none of this comes up at any point in the movie. And there's this one scene where he's like, non-lethal only, and it goes command acknowledged and switches over to non-lethal techniques. And then later in the movie, it does it again, and he's like, no, don't kill people. And it does it again, like it does it again, uncommented on, right? And then in the third act fight, there's a scene where Jaime is like gonna kill the bad guy, and the alien world destroying weapon that he hasn't actually had any particular rapport with up to this point in the movie is like, no, Jaime, don't do it. We don't kill people, remember? And convinces Jaime not to kill the bad guy. And like, yeah, that's like the barest, like, technically they introduced the idea and they reinforced the idea, and then they like it is in the most strict sense it is a setup, reinforce, payoff, right? But they haven't characterized the suit really at all. And so, you know, in Terminator 2, when John Connor is like, non-lethal only, we don't kill people, and they turn it into like a whole bit, and there's like characterization of the Terminator around his like coming to terms with the fact that he needs to not be like, to use non-lethal force, and there's like a scene about that. They don't do that in this movie. There's not like a scene about that. It's not a bit. It's just Jaime says a thing, then he says it again, and then the suit is like, no, remember, you taught me how to love. Despite the fact that he never actually did teach the suit like, Frankenstein together from better movies. And you better not want to know anything about anyone or any aspect of the history of this movie. Like, if you want to know the history of the Beetle, you're not going to get it. If you want to know much about Jaime's background, you're not going to get it. Oh, by the way, his whole family gets involved in the crime fighting. They do not have any reservations about killing people. None whatsoever. It's only Jaime that has reservations about killing people. Jaime's grandmother finds a special laser Gatling gun and just goes ham on dudes. She kills like 25 people. Jaime's uncle gets the blue beetle ship and turns it into a beetle walker, and fully just stomps on a dude and impales him. The movie is not tremendously consistent. Samlock says the grandma with the Gatling gun sounds rad. Yeah, except that they put it in the trailer. Kusunoki says, no Ted Cord Easter egg. I cannot confirm nor deny whether there's a Ted Cord Easter egg. Anyhow, yeah, the effect of the movie is it just makes you want to go watch the other better movies that it's cobbling scenes out of. I can. Maple's being a little shit. I know, she's thrilled. Anyhow, it's amusing to me that the movie like fully calls back to Spider-Man 3, and it makes you wish you were watching Spider-Man 3. It calls back to Black Panther, and it's like, oh yeah, this scene was way better in Black Panther. It does a scene from Iron Man, and you're like, oh yeah, this scene was way better in Iron Man. It does a scene from Spider-Man Homecoming. You're like, oh yeah, this scene was way better in Spider-Man Homecoming. Or actual Spider-Man 3. Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3. At one point, he manifests a Warhammer, and you're like, oh yeah, when Thor uses Mjolnir, that's cool. At one point in the movie, the suit tells him, anything you can imagine, I can create. And he imagines a big sword. And the suit goes, good choice. It's a big sword. He's fighting dudes with guns. Yeah, ripped off Green Lantern, and Green Lantern did it better. Anyhow, somebody on the lure cord asked me, of the DC movies released in the last 12 months, where does it rate? And the DC movies released in the last 12 months are Blue Beetle, Black Adam, Shazam 2, and The Flash. And I thought about it, and I honestly think I have to answer Blue Beetle is the worst of the four. Because The Flash is like pretty good. The Flash is pretty good. Black Adam, The Flash is pretty good. Like it's not bad. It's a pretty good movie. It's not an amazing movie, but it's like a pretty good movie. It's coherent and it's fun. And Black Adam is a disaster, but it's an interesting disaster that is trying to do interesting things. And like actually does have like a thematic core. It's weird, but it's there. It's not well delivered, but it is present. You can read things out of Black Adam. There's also, and then Shazam was totally fine, completely forgettable, but totally fine. And Blue Beetle is just bad. Like it's not good. It is a TV, like a made-for-TV movie that got put in theaters, and it's just not good. Did you forget there was a Shazam 2? Shazam 2? You might have. Shazam! Fury of the Gods came out this year. But it was fine. Like Shazam 2 was fine. It was not a bad movie. It was fine. It was just forgettable. It was extremely forgettable. Yeah, it had Helen Mirren. It had Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu as two of the bad guys. And it was totally fine. And they recast one of the Shazam Lee for reasons I still don't understand. They have another movie coming out this year still? Really? Oh, right. Aquaman's still coming out. Forgot about that. Yeah, there's still Aquaman 2 to come out. And there's still another DCEU movie to come out, isn't there? Like, we know there's Aquaman 2. Isn't there another one in the pipe that I'm forgetting? Oh, there's... When is Joker 2 coming out? That's not DCU, but that's still a DC movie. When is Joker 2 due out? Next year. Okay. DCEU. Films. Okay, yeah. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is the last one. Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Justice League, Aquaman, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman 1984, The Suicide Squad, Black Adam, Fury of the Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman the Lost Kingdom. What a train wreck of a franchise. Jesus Christ. Now scroll down to canceled and reworked projects. All right. Under canceled and reworked projects, we have Batgirl, Ben Affleck's The Batman, Batman Beyond, Untitled Black Adam sequel, Black Canary, Untitled Crisis on Infinite Earths film, Cyborg, Deadshot, Deathstroke, The Flash sequel, Green Lantern, Gotham City Sirens, Harley Quinn versus the Joker, Our Man, Untitled John Constantine television series, Untitled Joker film, Untitled Justice League sequel, Justice League Dark, Krypton, Lobo, Madame X, Untitled Man of Steel sequel, The Metal Men, New Gods, Nightwing, Untitled Black Manta film, Plastic Man, Static Shock, Untitled Val-Zod television series, The Wonder Twins, Untitled Wonder Woman 1984 sequel, and Zatanna. Those are all the other movies that they were like workshopping at one point or another. Good grief. Oh, list of DC multiverse worlds. Oh. See, I was expecting that to be the list of worlds in the multiverse of the DCEU, but no. Anyhow, do they have to be announced to get on the list? Yes, all of those were announced as in production or in development. So anyhow, if you're going to go see a movie this weekend, maybe go see TMNT Mutant Mayhem. It's bombing and it's good. No, Barbie has made enough money. I mean, you can go see Barbie. It's a good movie. But there are movies out that are good that aren't doing well that you could also support. All right. And with that, I'm going to tell a joke and then we're going to go to the clip review. So let's do it. I'm going to tell 2 jokes and then we're going to do the clip review. Let's do it. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. I went to a zoo yesterday, but it only had one dog in it. It was a Shih Tzu. Also, Pyro Lily, thank you for the resub now for 18 months, saying clip review. Yay! All right, it's time. Let's do it. It is time for our clip review.
Language.
Alrighty. Welcome to the clip review, everyone. Our first clip this evening is titled Big Stretch. I bet you can guess what it's about. Clip number 2 is titled Dialogue Percent.
Build itself.
Cut to another conversation.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he were still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too, and I could hardly call myself an East Poolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue?
Next is titled Don't You Do It. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You rat bastard! Eggplant emoji.
All greens.
That's why I'm doing all the side quests. I have to get best sword.
But they're hardy, they grow fast, and they fill a hole. Better that than something that'll wither away at first frost.
Is that like a
Chocobos
cucumber?
love 'em too, which is no small thing. When I say all of us need to pull together to get Eastpool back on its feet, I mean all of us. They ain't exactly succulent, but cook 'em right and they're just about bearable.
I'll take your word for it.
Anyway, Sir Wade'll know what to do with them. And if he don't, well, I'll go up there and show him myself.
Oh my god!
I'm sure
Ma'am!
you will.
Lewd! They pay good money for that kind of a show. Happy birthday, Maple. And she immediately runs away. right, our next clip is titled Hot New Lord of the Rings Discourse.
Field, are you not?
Just have the eagle dive bomb towards the crater and just pitch the ring. The ring is this big. The crater is like a kilometer across. You're not going to miss.
Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
The ring may not want to die, but it doesn't have, like, vernier thrusters on it.
Safety before.
Oh, you might be right. I may have attributed that clip incorrectly. I did indeed attribute that clip incorrectly. That clip belongs to Symphonic Lolita. Save changes. There we go. All right. Our next clip is titled I Stole Monet's Bit 14.
That's me. I'm Ryder. Haley Abrams, Director of Scientific Research on EOS, and writer of papers that start what the hell weather. But
hi, Ryder.
New world and a
how are you?
Gotta keep up. How can I help you?
Language. How many levels of microphone are you on?
I am on mic 5.
Language.
Yes, Meg?
What the fuck did you just do?
What do you mean?
Didn't you just ruin it? Was that the drinking?
No.
Okay. I take it back. I have a logistical and sanitary question for you.
Uh-huh.
If
Language.
I was a dog
Uh-huh.
and I licked the butter
Uh-huh.
and someone else decided to bake with that butter, it's going in the oven, it's fine, right?
It's fine.
Perfect. Maple has tasted butter.
It's fine.
Yeah. She has tasted the goodness. Okay, I'll let you go back.
Okay. Maple's very upset.
Yeah, because I took deliciousness away from her.
And then abandoned her. How could you do this?
Because we can't control her mouth. Having mouth problems.
All right. So, that was that clip. Our next clip is Matler Lick. So, anyhow, let's, have I tasted some? I mean, I imagine it tastes like yak cheese.
No.
It actually has no flavor on the outside. This one is titled Meg is Correct.
He plays games wrong. This is all wrong. Everything is awful.
I'm back at the risk of pain.
I am slowly learning how to use your bullshit controller. F this!
Phrasing. Surely you jest. Or phrasing? Surely you jest.
Language.
How does it feel to consume your rival's strength, to gorge yourself on their beam, to edge step by trembling step ever closer to the divine?
Wait, is Ultima edging me?
With or without a will, you are still but a vessel, our vessel. Behold, how your body shudders in anticipation of its fate.
This is incredibly lewd. Is this a euphemism? All right, our next clip is called Stab Him, huh? Just right in the skull. I just now realized how ridiculous that blood effect looked. Stab him
Would that I had
right
not
in the skull.
relinquished my own.
That was like 3 textures layered over top of each other, just like... All right, next we have Synchronicity 55.
Language. What mic you on, Mikey? How many levels of microphone are you on?
I am on mic
Perfectly
5.
in sync.
Language. What mic you on, my dude? How many levels of microphone are you on, dude?
I am on mic
How many
5.
levels of microphone are you on?
I am on
Floyd
mic
comes for us
5.
all. At some point, we're going to have to stop doing these because they're going to become intolerable. We may already be there. All right, with Synchronicity out of the way, next is These Are the Jokes 59. What happened to the man who tried to carry too many colanders at once? He strained his muscles. These are the jokes 60. Did you know that you don't have to worry about your phone or your TV spying on you? Your vacuum cleaner's been gathering dirt for years. Ah, there's the joke request. These are the jokes 61. Ancient civilization was responsible for perfecting butt lift surgery. The Aztecs. These are the jokes 62. Why was the insomniac locked up? Because he was resisting arrest. These are the jokes 63. Anyhow, bonus joke. If 2 vegans fight, is it still called a beef? These are the jokes 64. I have a terrible fear of speed bumps, but I'm slowly getting over it. And these are the jokes 65. What's the difference between a new grad's job search and public bathroom toilet paper? A new grad needs to apply more. Public bathroom toilet paper needs to ply more. And finally, we have our last clip of the day titled, We Don't Know! Why did Joshua punch Clyde? Great question! We don't know! We don't know. All right, that's it for the clip review, everybody. Get your votes in. We will be back shortly with the results, but first we have to do our traditions. So yeah, let's head back to the main screen. if I can remember how to do any of these things. Hey, we're back. I've had that audio cue on the soundboard forever, and I never use it, so it seems like the thing to do. Just do the Luma wipe, right? As the... all right, so first things first, we have to plug in my phone. So here is my phone. Here is my phone cable. Everybody, please brace your ear holes. Next, we have our beverage reveal. The reveal of the beverages. So, Garcon, can I have a drum roll, please? Is it butter? Yes, just melted butter. It is a delicious and a nutritious Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. Taste the rainbow. Alrighty, and with that, who put 100,000 bits on booze? Oh, Ghost of Jeff Goldblum. All right, let's go to the poll and see who won. That scans. I'm not surprised by that. All right, so first things first, we have to dethrone Samwalk. So let me get to that. Server settings, roles, Monarch, manage members. Samwalk, say goodbye to your head, please. And I'm in streamer mode because of course I am. So let's fix that. No, I don't want to create a role. Roles, Monarch, manage members, add members. All right, Ghost of Jeff Goldblum is now the Monarch of the Discord. This also means that 10 forward RP and 10 forward, or sorry, and the lower decks ERP can head off to the land of wind and ghosts. And I should change my profile on the server back to being Matt. Save changes. All right. There we go. That's that done. Now, Ghost of Jeff Goldblum is already a VIP in the local chat, so I don't have any further work to do there. Anyhow, that was fun for a week, yeah. Okay. And with that, we can move on to our video gaming. Hooray! Oh, do you know what I did last night on the topic of video gaming? I was bored and trying to think of something to do, and I started playing Jedi Survivor again so that I could go and get that last achievement. So I started a New Game Plus on easy, like on story difficulty, and I'm now just like running straight. Like I used Bode's ability as many times as I could on Coruscant. Now I'm making a beeline for what's her butt. Ugh. I need that last Chivo. All right, here we are. Does anybody remember what we were doing? Yes, we attacked God, but we haven't dethroned him yet.
Fancy a look at the list, do you?
Ah! Sorry, is the new server name only weebs use inverted controls?
Here you go. Always something in there.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away.
All right, the only option available to me is to progress the main story.
Still alive, I see. Something tells me that eyesore on the horizon is your doing. How'd you manage that?
It's a long story. One that I'd rather only tell once.
Right. All hands on deck, then.
Is this everyone?
Oh. Samwalk, I just forgot to remove your VIP badge. I did it in the Discord and I forgot to do it here.
Was summoned by Ultima. He called
so
it
long to Samwalk's
Origin.
head.
Though the significance of that name is as yet unclear.
What does it matter what it's called? Its emergence tore Twinside asunder and wiped my homeland from the map.
Mention of the Dominion spires can be found in the oldest of Valisthian records.
Has he been wearing that hat this whole time? Oh, he
knowledge,
has.
None provide any hint as to their true nature. That they would prove the horns of some slumbering demon. Well,
the Dominion's demise was at least quick. Elsewhere, the Republican army cannot hope to contain the chaos engulfing Randalar. Canberra is in flames, and the Empire.
Our allies are crying out for answers. I've sent the Cursebreakers to give them what assurances we can, but right now that amounts to fuck all.
They wouldn't be able to stop what the skies have started in any case. People here and across the realm grow sicker with every passing day.
Could it be that this new Mother Crystal is like the others? That it draws upon the land's ether?
It's not even attached to the land.
That way, from stone here.
If that were true, it would explain the hastening spread of the blight since the crystal's appearance. Would it not?
And as the land's ether slowly rises to the surface, it pools, corrupting all who cannot channel its energies. Archay above, ether floods below, and in the middle, here we languish, hopelessly entrapped.
It's all right. When we faced him at Stone here, Ultima told us his true power quickens in the halls of Origin. Needless to say, We cannot allow that to continue. If we are to stop him,
I'm sure
we'll
this
have
is a
to
very
find way
important
into the
conversation that
crystal.
I should be paying rapt attention to.
How are we going to manage that then? It's up in the sky. And fast as she is, the Enterprise can't fly.
It's a lot to take in, and I reckon we'd all benefit from some time to clear our heads. The answer will come to us. Don't you worry. Ain't that right, Clive?
Right.
He's like, I worry more than any of us.
Well, go on then. Bugger off. Same goes for you, Clive. You won't solve anything like this. Trust me. Go and get some fresh air, eh?
Go and get some fresh air and complete the 700 side quests that are opening up as we speak.
Joshua seemed upset.
Hi, Joshua. Pardon
Ultimately
me.
have created us, but he doesn't make us who we are. Only we can do that. And if he would have us fight for our survival, so be it. It's what we've been doing all along.
Much like Ultima himself, it would seem. His new world being naught but a means to survive. And so, we must contend to decide which of us shall inherit the land. Should Ultima prevail, it will mean death for us all. Of that, we can be certain.
Yeah, but we'll be the first to die. So,
Should he fail,
so we won't be around to see the rest of it.
a withered, godless place where our newfound freedom will most like prove a chain in itself.
Well, that may be. But a chain can always be broken. As long as one has the will to break it. It won't be easy. It may take generations. Centuries of suffering. And that is if everyone plays their part. But it will happen. And when it does, it will be on our terms. That is the world that awaits us.
Indeed. And what better world could one wish for?
So how will Square eventually tie this game into Final Fantasy VII? The red star that we've been seeing all along is the giant red materia from Final Fantasy VII.
First, we have to reach that crystal.
Then it's a good thing I have wings.
You can barely stand, let alone fly. And only the Founder knows what horrors await in those skies. Are you certain about this?
Am I certain? I am the Phoenix. I will do what I must. This is our fight. Remember?
All right. I yield. But only what you must, yes? I'm still your sworn shield.
That you are.
And what of my wings? Lest you forget, you go to stand against a god. I would not have you succumb to fatigue before the fight begins. Ifrit, your brother mentioned that some few of the dominants who had lost their power to you were still able to prime. Is that true?
It is.
Yes?
But their icons no longer submitted to their will.
Then mine will have to be stronger. That you both might save your strength for the battle to come.
You don't have to do this. If you do, there's a chance you might lose all you have left.
If you're gonna prime, could you do it away from the hideaway? Go over into, like, the empty field over there, would ya?
Death no more. Besides, I would have words with Ultima. He has much to answer for.
We are in your debt, Dion.
We can speak of debts when this is over.
He speaks like a man who knows he's not coming back. And has come to terms with that.
That doesn't mean that we have to, does it, Clive?
Time to talk to Jill. I only hope she understands.
No, surely Jill will be incredibly difficult to convince. What with the extensive amount of agency that she's demonstrated over the course of this game.
Come to wish on a star.
It's daytime.
That might not be such a bad idea.
It's not dark.
Jill.
This is the Legend of Dragoon.
You know what I have to do. Why I have to do it. There's no turning back now. This is where our journey was leading us. Where it will end, for better or worse.
I could pray to Metia for you. But you'll be all right, won't you, Clive? You always are.
Are Jill and Clive together now? Well, I mean, they're standing together. They're right there.
I'll be waiting.
It's almost done.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Better make sure I haven't forgotten anything.
Oh, no! All right, in search of a lost tome. Reluctant as I am to add to your burdens, I would ask your aid in a personal matter, albeit one that may be beneficial to your cause. There exist ancient texts deemed so injurious to modern thought that mere possession is deemed a crime, and it was a chance encounter with one such tome, from a distance, that sparked within me the scholastic curiosity which burns to this very day. I wish to enlist your aid in reclaiming that text. Should you require further incentive, know that I am willing to offer compensation for services rendered. Yes.
Something tells me this is no mere adventure story.
Hi, puppy. Mabel's just sitting there watching me. What are you doing, Bean? Hi, Maple. There we go. She was super out of focus. What are you doing? Why are you just sitting there? This is unusual behavior. She doesn't normally do this. This is just, she's being funny. Oh, she's just mad at you. Yeah, I guess you're right. This is almost Ghost Eyes. Chat says she's just vibing. All right, to the reading table, yet again. In a mood. In case you haven't noticed, your poor hound spends all his time of late on the rear deck whimpering like Gab in his cups. Something ain't right, and me gut tells me it's not to do with his supply of antelope bones.
What is it this time, Torgal?
That's my Nan voice. Nan! Well, the going was slow and not without the occasional run-in with some straggling orc. I saw Anna back safe to the Shadow Coast, where Mid was waiting kindly with the Enterprise. On the voyage home, I like to think the poor lass opened up a little, telling us about her life and the life she wants for her baby, but I suppose it's up to us now to make certain the little one gets it. Clive, there's but one crystal left needs cracking, and but one man who can do it. See that you don't miss. Thanks again for helping to get the dungeon in order. Had you not rode gallantly to our rescue, I reckon poor Owain and them lot would still be stuck stilling Blightwater over a bonner. There's always room for improvement, though, so don't get your knickers in a knot should I come a-knocking at your chamber door looking for more spears. You are not going to knock at my bedroom door looking for my balls, Mid. They're taken. And ash and whatnot. What happened in Eastpool with the Bearers and the Guardians has been a long time coming, and I'm proud that it could finally happen here in Rosaria. The Duchy of old may be no more, but Archduke Elwin's dream still burns in the hearts of many, and it is through victories such as these that the fire will spread. This is only the beginning, Clive, but a fine beginning it is. It's hard to believe Theo is gone. Every morning I wake, I expect him to be there in the stables, watering the birds or readying the packs. Yet he is not, and it is everything I can do not to fall to my knees and weep. Still, I know I have to move on, but that doesn't mean I have to forget. My brother and I built all we have here together, so as long as I still have the caravans, he will ever be with me. And I shall honor him in death by carrying on what he strove for in life. That is what I choose. What, Deebor? Are you telling me you don't keep your birds wet? Hey, Byron's here.
Clive, my boy! Rutherford informs me that
all those green dots are quests, yes, and also those are just the quests here. There are many other hubs.
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman.
And then a bunch of these quests crack open
hunts. In as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
That I have to do in order to get the best sword.
You were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are two key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes, but such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the matter.
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help. On one condition. That he first speaks with you personally. Havel has always been a man of frustratingly rigid principle. And he has
Would you hurry it up? I don't have all night.
Clasping arms with...
I've used that joke before.
With an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person. You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will never build a better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak
let's
with
build
me
a
in
military
person,
police force.
then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent. Thank you, Uncle.
No. Thank you, Clive.
They put in... This is one of the things I think that gets me about this game is that they put in all this conversational filler, right? So, like, the dialogue writing, it feels interminable, but it actually is, like, written relatively well in terms of, like, how a conversation would go. It includes a bunch of information that isn't relevant to me. I don't care. I want the mechanic to kick in. But that, like, if you were having a conversation in real life, you would need to... It's like, yeah, I'll send a message to let them know that you're coming. And that's all, like, the fact that they do that is fine. It's just that the characters are so, like, rigid when they're talking to each other. They're not, like, fluidly animated at all. That it just feels like I just tune it all out. They've got some, like, basic conversational animations, but it's just so... It's not just the brows. It's more than that. They're like, their bodies are stiff, and their facial expressions are pretty limited. But it's like watching. It is like watching like a play by a bunch of people who, like, don't know how to act. The delivery is just incredibly, like, the physical delivery is just incredibly wooden.
Say what you will, Lady Karen has seen our...
Oh, Torgal just sitting there staring off into the distance. Torgal's like,
something, boy.
I need a mate. I need...
What is it?
I need to fuck.
What do you see out there? I never did ask where you got that anklet of yours.
From Sid, that's why. On the day he brought him home.
That long ago?
And you're only thinking...
That anklet would not fit a puppy!
Sid saw that the pup had a habit of gnawing on his leg, since you ask. Clap that there iron on him to keep him from doing it.
What was wrong, boy?
I'll take like as not. Must have been hard on the poor whelp losing his loving masters at such a young age. Doubly hard in being a frost wolf, torn away from his icons and all. Sid would always tell him, you want that iron gone, you find what it is you're looking for. I reckon what he was looking for was you.
I'm sorry, Torgal. Sorry for making you wait so long. Let's get that thing off you.
Doesn't sound like he wants it off.
Indeed. You miss Sid as much as the rest of us, don't you? You want me to go with you somewhere?
Quick, aren't you? Glad you've been paying attention.
Not nearly as much as you have, Lady Karen.
Aye, good thing and all. It's not like Gav would have kept him in nuts and rubbed his belly these past 10 summers.
Your kindness is appreciated. You've been a good friend to him.
Only because he doesn't talk back like the rest of you. Go on now.
Where to then, Torgal?
All right. Onward to the next quest. Torgal want yak chew.
What do you think happened?
Hi, kids. Hi, kids.
Sid, you have to help us.
With what? You didn't take apart another of Mid's contraptions, did you?
No. Well, yes. But that's not what we want to talk to you about.
It's Miss Mididol. She's been acting strange.
Maybe it's because she took apart one of her contraptions.
She's barely ever around.
When she is, she acts like we aren't even there. Her head's in a crowd.
In the clouds.
That's what I said. In the clouds.
Well, she does have a lot on her mind. When did you last see her?
Not long ago. Right after she got back from saving you from Stonear.
Then it's probably just about the Enterprise. It did take quite a battering on the way there and back.
You didn't break it, did you, Sid? You really should be more careful around Miss Mididol's inventions. Don't listen to her. Even if you did break the Enterprise, you could put it back together, couldn't you?
But who's gonna put Miss Mididol back together? She seems really sad.
I'm a little worried about Mid myself. Said no one ever.
For us. She's in her dungeon.
Don't scare him. It's not a real dungeon.
Thanks for the warning.
I mean, yes, we do need an airship, it's true. But no, I think we're going to ride Bahamut.
I will not let them be forgotten. Sid, may I have a moment?
Of course.
It is an honor to finally speak with you. My name is Herman. I've been with the Cursebreakers.
Why are we introducing a new character at this point in the game?
I wish to be deployed to Ash. Any assignment will do.
All right, go to Ash.
The lands across the Narrow are too dangerous. I will not send good men and women to risk their lives needlessly. Why would you want to go back?
I need to retrieve something. Something important. I was raised in an orphanage. The Bad Batch Conservatory.
He was part of the Bad Batch?
I was held captive there. It was not a place of nurture. It existed solely to turn bearer children into mindless weapons. We were tortured until we feared no pain. Tormented until our hearts turned to stone, and few ever survived long enough to become tools of the last king.
I can't imagine.
I lost so many. I can't even remember all their names.
Hey, Meg.
They must be remembered.
What are you
They
baking?
cannot fade away.
What are you baking?
Faceless and forgotten. The Institute was run with military precision. Every child measured.
I've never
Every
been so
name
offended by life.
recorded.
I'm baking
Every
Nunya.
death.
Yeah, none of my business.
None your business.
Sid,
Yeah.
allow me to travel to Ash.
I don't know what to tell
and
you.
recover the registry,
What
so
are you
that my
baking?
brothers and
Obviously.
sisters
I'm not sure.
might live on.
We'll have to wait and see and find out.
Is it some sort of blackberry cake?
You were a good friend.
There is no berries involved. You'll
But
be
the fact
pleased to know.
remains that Ash is simply too dangerous.
Sid,
Would you like a
please,
blackberry cake
even
made
should
with
it
the
cost me
7
my life.
blackberries I picked the other
Too
day?
dangerous for you, Amen.
Because I'll make you one.
I'll go to Bad
I'll
Bach
make
and
you
find the
a single
registry.
cupcake.
You will?
One blackberry
I
cupcake.
won't let you risk your life.
Yeah.
I don't
You can have
know
7
how to
cupcakes.
thank
The
you.
single blackberry.
You
in
can
them
start by
each.
telling me where I'll find this orphanage.
Vida Grace. Hidden
No,
in a forest.
Do you
Overlooking
want
I
me to
cannot
talk
believe this
over
conversation
the
is still
dialogue?
going. I'm
I'll see
not
what I
paying
can
any
find there.
attention.
This is me in
Neither
every
mother's
single video
guide.
game.
This game is interminable.
Every single one. Every single game. Cutscenes, interminable.
You
Hate
would,
them.
you would
This-
literally die.
This is my experience every game.
Yeah,
I'm like,
no,
are
this
we-
game is so much worse for this than every other game I've ever played. You would literally die. This game would
Yes.
make you crawl out of your skin.
Yeah. I hate it. It's awful. Breath of the Wild, cutscenes, skip them.
That game doesn't even have story.
I wouldn't even know because nothing.
Lysander
I'm-
Salamander laughs and like, Meg is not kidding.
I don't play games for the story. I play them to go smash and like do some violence. And that's yeah. Animal Crossing had the perfect amount of story for me.
Loud, thank you very much for the resub now for 21 months. Saying 21 is not a prime number. This is disappointing.
So you know how we had those sprinkles in the cupboard?
Yeah.
And then I dropped them on the floor and the container broke and we lost a good amount of sprinkles to the floor, but some of them were saved.
Has Midadol...
And then I put them in...
The great sprinkle apocalypse of 2023.
Oh no, this was like 2019 or something.
Oh, okay, well.
At any rate, I siphoned them out and put them in prescription bottle containers because that was the best thing I had at the moment. And they've just been sitting in the cupboard.
And so now you're doing something with the sprinkles.
Yes.
It's a sprinkle cake.
It's a sprinkle cake. No, it is, I'm making white chocolate and sprinkle blondies. Yeah, because we also had half a cup of white chocolate chips just sitting in the cupboard.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. This is why I'm your favorite. I know you are. Yeah.
Okay, please go away and I'll return to my game. And
Are you telling me to go back to the kitchen?
Not in as many words.
Chat. I am deeply offended.
You are not. But please go away so I can continue this game. Thank you. Bye, Meg.
If you have a...
That's it! I knew it! The answer was right here under my arse all along! If this doesn't steer to the skies, nothing will.
To the skies?
Oh,
aren't trying to
Mid
give the
is making an
Enterprise wings,
airship.
are you?
What else would I be doing?
The children seem to think you're avoiding them. They're worried about you. Is this really so important that you need to shut yourself away from everyone?
The Enterprise is already the fastest ship in the realm, and that's with the sea beneath her. But what if she weren't bound to the waves? What if she weren't bound to anything at all? It's not fair. The gods get the skies all to themselves, so I'm gonna do something about it. The Fallen had their chance, but they relied too much on magic. And see where that got them? But not me. I've discovered how to do it without.
I forgot an important aspect.
Yes.
Almost. First, I need to make a
You
prototype.
may want to put your hand underneath your
And is
jaw.
that a one-woman job?
Are you volunteering?
It also has
I'll
my
have you know
attempt
the
at
Enterprise
browned
is
butter.
my baby.
Ooh.
But if
Nice.
the Godfather's offering to lend a hand, I'd be happy to take it.
Yum.
Yeah, hopefully.
First, I'll need oil, and not just some old drippings from Miss Molly's spits in the Tub and Crown. Refined stuff, like they make in Ordil. Then I'll need some bone, or shell. Light, strong, preferably no longer attached to the beast it belongs to.
If it's beast bones you're after, I'm sure the Cursebreakers will know where you might find some.
No, they'll know where you might find some. You're the one who offered to help, remember?
I should speak with one of the Cursebreakers before I set off for Old Hill.
Uh-oh.
See if I can't find this bone while I'm there as well.
Who's blooping at me? It's honestly amazingly gutsy of the game to send you on a fetch quest for some oil at this point in the story. I think we are now like fully in the territory of this game like demonstrably does not respect your time. Even a little bit.
All right, Sid. Come to buy us around, have you?
Only if you earn it. Mid needs a piece of light but durable bone for
It
our
is
next project.
actively and aggressively
You've encountered your share of
disrespecting
beasts on
your time.
travels across the realm. Any ideas?
Most bones are the same. Whack 'em hard enough and they'll break. If it's durability you're looking for, shell will serve you better. You know what an adamantus is?
I do. And I know to give them a wide berth. Will any old adamantus do?
Well, with
Adamantus.
shells, the older the harder. There's a rumour of an ancient adamantus down in Karava, near Bidza, or what's left of the village anyway. But don't expect to make quick work of the bastard. There's a reason it's lived as long as it has.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
I'm aware that adamantoise and tortoise are pronounced the same. I don't care.
Vivian, I read your note, and I'd be happy to help you find the book you're looking for.
Because the implication of that is that Blastoise
Tracking it down
is
will
pronounced
not be easy.
Blastus.
Are you sure?
Please.
Blastus, go!
You have always granted me your wisdom and insight whenever
I
I ask.
choose you.
It's only right that I return the favor. Or at least attempt to.
You are too kind. Alas, what I ask of you is rather more trying than
It's
delivering
clearly
the
pronounced
odd lecture.
Blastoise.
I spoke with Hippocrates to see if he had any inkling as to where another copy might be found, but perhaps it is best that you hear the details from him.
If you say so.
Forgive me, Clive, for asking this of you. But this book, it set me on the path to becoming who I am today. Its importance cannot be overstated.
All right, that's a fair argument, Sam Wonk, saying that it's not just that the game's not respecting your time. It's that the quest is framed not in the, oh, thank God, there's a rare oil that only the most powerful person in the world has any chance of reaching and we need it. It's just, no, go get me some oil. Also fair.
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
I guess so.
What with?
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Cursebreakers.
Isn't it
As
your
you
job?
know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav.
Then wouldn't Gav be a better person
so many of your missions,
to review
you
this?
might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
I get my time is yours.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
Northreach. I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
Sid, do you have a moment?
By all means.
It's my old master.
I've got nothing but time.
Seems there's no escaping her. She found some way to send me a letter. And something else. Records from a Waluda prison. Seems they were keeping a lot of bearers there.
How did she come by such a thing?
Finding bearers always was her strong point. And it seems the cells of Balmung Dark are full of them. Foreign captives, the masterless. Bearers no one would miss. And even better for her, bearers with no one to look after them. When ether started lapping at the walls, the jailers fled.
Leaving the bearers to be liberated by whoever happened to come along next.
Sid, I'd like to believe that I've earned your trust by now. And while I'm well aware that you've forbidden Cursebreakers from traveling to Waloed, I can't let those bearers die in their cells. I'd rather risk shipwreck on the Shadow Coast than leave them to starve.
Then we go together.
We'll be needing the Enterprise if we're going to navigate the Narrow.
Does that mean...
I'm making an exception, but we travel together. And we stay no longer than we have to. Ash is an inhospitable place at the best of times. We save as many as we can, and we leave.
Thank you, Sid. There was a name in the prison register. A name from my past. Chadwick. Another of my former master's protégés. A gifted soldier, and the closest thing I had to family. The thought
really
of him
liked
captive in
cats.
that place.
He must be very important to you.
He was. Is.
Then we find him.
The entrance to the prison lies in the shadow of Ravenwit Walls, just beyond the portcullis. We should head there as quickly as we can. I only pray there are still bearers alive to save.
As do I, Doris.
We'll head there right after I've collected every other fetch quest available in the game. They can wait.
Ah, Clive.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
It's... not nothing.
So it's
received
something.
Word from Cyril. The Undying have found Father's will. Or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle. After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but...
Hiya, Sandai. How's it going?
Would you join me?
Of course. I want to know what's in that letter as much as you do.
Very well. I am ready to leave when you are.
Lysander, did I tell the joke that you requested? Or do I still owe you a joke? You don't believe I told it yet. How many ears did Davy Crockett have? 3. A left ear, a right ear, and a front ear.
All right, Toggle. Where are you taking me? I'm going to need a little bit more than that, boy. Do you have a better hint for me? Unless you've already given me one. Back on the rear deck, you were looking west, toward Rosaria.
The dog has already given me a side quest, Sam Wonk. Now I'm just trying to determine what the side quest is.
I haven't been to the island in almost 20 years. To Port Isolde, then. Fingers crossed the old mooring is still there.
Do I think this is all an internal reaction to Final Fantasy 15? In the sense that, like, Final Fantasy 15 had no content in it? So this game, they overcompensated by putting all the content in it?
Ah, Clive,
it might be.
What a pleasure it is to see you.
Harpocrates, there's something I need to ask you. I've been charged with locating a book called From a Distance.
Then you seek a rare gem indeed. One whose name I had not thought to hear from your lips. You've been talking to Vivian.
Right as always. But she didn't seem keen to tell me very much. I take it she didn't like what you had to say.
And yet I gather it did naught to dissuade her. Clive, if the young professor has tasked you with obtaining a copy, I fear she asks the impossible. The executors would not allow it.
Who are the executors? Why are we learning about this now?
Secrets. A clandestine organization committed to the collection and intenebration of forbidden texts and technologies. One such text being the tome Vivian seeks, chronicling as it does the true history of the enslavement of bearers. A tale which could overturn the established order were it ever to become widely known. Or, so rumor has it. I've never actually read the thing, or even set eyes on it for that matter.
How is it that I haven't heard of this organization?
Why, secrecy is the executor's watchword. They lurk.
This seems like a thing that they could have done stuff with if they'd introduced it earlier in the game.
Inventions, or people, before disappearing again, leaving nary a trace.
Which would explain why Vivian's copy was snatched from her grasp not long after she found it.
By the hand of the executors, yes.
But what drives them? Self-interest or ideology?
A fine question. Sadly, all that is known of the executors can be recounted in a single breath. You may just as soon ask me of their origins, numbers, or the identities of their leaders. Any answer I give would be pure speculation.
Then my hunt was doomed from the first. What was Vivian expecting? That I'd pluck it from thin air?
Yes, that exactly.
Not from thin air, no. From ash. Rumors of the executors are rife among the scholars of Storm. Rather less so across the strait. I have a friend. Well, I had a friend in the village of Garnick, a collector of rare tomes, upon which subject we would oft correspond. Alas, I have heard naught from him since the skies fell dark. And no doubt he too has turned. But though he did not mention it by name, it is possible that a surviving copy of From a Distance yet rests upon one of his many shelves.
Every time I hear From a Distance, I just think of the friggin' song.
If you were, by some chance, able to save even a single book from the poor man's library, I know his soul would rest easier.
Very well. When I next find myself in Waloed, I'll be sure to pay Garnick a visit.
It's so ingrained in my head. Bette Midler, what have you done to me? Hey, look, there are no further quests inside this particular village. That's not to say there are no quests, just that we have collected all the quests inside the hideaway and advanced them far enough that the next step for all of them is outside of the hideaway.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues.
Now we get to find out how many other quests there are.
How are you doing? Anything catch your eye?
One there, none in Rosaria, 2 more in Delmecchia, none in Waloed. Phew.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Sentries from the markets.
I would speak with this Duke.
Okay, so we have one quest to continue and one to start
Saw
here.
the captain just now.
Your town needs you.
Do you have a moment, Clive?
No, not really, to be
It's
honest.
The Duke, unsurprisingly. His Eminence has assumed full control of the garrison and put every able-bodied man to work on the fortifications. The town was left all but unguarded, so Philippe was compelled to form a citizens' watch to fill the void. And though my dear boys have been characteristically willing to assist him in this, they want for bodies. So I was wondering if you would lend them your strength, that the people of Northreach might sleep easier, if only for a few nights.
Of course.
Of course. Whatever you need.
Thank you, Clive. What would I do without you? Philippe told me he had men stationed at...
Where can I find the mistress of this establishment?
Here, my lady. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
My name is Sabine, and it is my displeasure to be the daughter of the Duke of Oriflamme, who I understand is causing you and your town no small amount of trouble. I wish to speak to you about what might be done.
Very well. Let us speak. I trust you'll forgive me, Clive.
Absolutely. Our conversation can wait.
Please, proceed.
As you know, my father is a most overbearing and supercilious man, and I join you in objecting to his every action. Indeed, I owe you my thanks for continuing to argue against his reckless plans. Yet I fear he is not one to be swayed by reason. No. He must be made to face the consequences of his actions.
And who would make him do this?
I would. Myself and several other like-minded individuals. Were you to join us, we would surely have the strength to drive him from Northreach for good.
Does that not seem a trifle... drastic?
Drastic action is precisely what is called for. Unless you are content to see your people downtrodden and dispossessed. My father would have it that citizens exist only to serve the Empire. That they should be forced to make every sacrifice to ensure her revival. But he is wrong. It is not the people who must serve the Empire, but the Empire who must serve her people. He's always been like this. Scornful of the opinions of anyone he judged beneath him. But he cannot be allowed to ride roughshod over the common folk any longer. We must fight him by all possible means.
Fight him?
I'm sure this conversation is very important.
My purpose is to quell the tension in Northreach, not to stoke it. Respectfully, my lady. Our only chance of saving this town depends upon every one of us uniting against our common enemy. Your father and his followers included. While I understand your frustrations, I cling to the hope that he may yet be won round.
False hope, I assure you. But I see that your mind is made up. I shall bother you no longer. If you will extend me the same courtesy, I bid you good day.
She certainly has spirit.
Indeed. But unfortunately for us, that spirit is only likely to harden the Duke's resolve, which may be enough to seal the fate of this town. Not that she cares. This is all about her and her father.
Families.
I'm sorry, where were we? Ah, yes. I was about to tell you of Philippe's plans for the town watch.
Oh my god, in this conference, I've already agreed!
I believe he's in the market, if you'd be so kind as to seek him out.
Right away.
It's just a pity I cannot join you. I'd like to see the two of you in action together.
It's not only control of the garrison he wants, it's the... Hang the Duke and his... What does the dame have to say about all this, I wonder?
So you are content to abandon... Please, I beseech you. If you are a true son of Northreach, you must fight to defend your home.
That's exactly what I am doing, milady. Or trying to, at least. The land is crawling with fiends, and someone has to keep watch.
Even when our true enemy is hiding in the garrison? Fine. You're not the only able-bodied man in Northreach. Thank you so much for your help.
She cornered you too, then?
Could hardly get a word in edgeways. Like father, like daughter, eh?
She made an uninvited appearance at the Vale earlier, hoping to convince the Dame to join her in fomenting rebellion.
I bet that went well. Her ladyship seems to have a way with people. Anyway, what brings you here?
Our mutual friend thought you might welcome some help.
Oh, she did she? Right as always. In fact, you're just the man.
Great!
We've had some reports, you see. Sightings of, you know what.
They're back.
Seems that way. All over, too. We haven't been able to confirm anything yet, but if you're willing, you could go and see what's what.
I am willing.
Where should I look?
You know Grieger's Weep? One of the sightings places them somewhere on its shores.
I'm on my way.
Thank you, Clive.
I'm on my way.
I'll look into one of the other
eventually.
sightings. Let's rendezvous back here later.
He'd have our coin, our stock and our...
Maybe I'll get to fight somebody this time.
Well met, Sid. This is the initiate. Ember, present yourself.
At your service, Master.
Please, just Sid. There are no masters here. Your life is your own.
Oh.
But if you disobey an order, I'll
Thank
execute you.
Sid. The sergeant says you'll be evaluating me at my trial.
To become a scout, yes. You are aware of the dangers inherent in that role.
I am. But I swore I'd face them. Just like the man who saved my life.
And who would that be?
Gav. It was him who found me and freed me. No magic, no support, just one man and his nose. Came and sniffed me out. It taught me what one man can do if he puts his mind to it. And I've been training ever since, so that one day I can be someone's saviour, just like Gav was mine.
I'm sure he'd be flattered. You clearly have good intentions, Ember. And it sounds like you're under no illusions. Stick to this path and you'll make a fine Cursebreaker.
So, what? Have I passed?
Oh, God,
You
no.
haven't even started yet. Now listen. Not far from here is an Imperial lookout, Eastwatch. The guards there record all their sightings in a logbook. You are to find it and bring it here.
And bring it here, right. Anything else?
No. Sneaking into a heavily guarded Imperial outpost and stealing the logbook would be quite sufficient. You'll need to assess the situation, determine a point of entry, create a distraction and effect an escape, all without being discovered and thrown into an Imperial oubliette.
Ember, Gav isn't our best scout because he can do everything. It's essential that you know your limits.
Know my limits, right. I won't let you down.
It shouldn't be as dangerous as I made out. But keep a weather eye on him all the same, would you?
On my way. All right, Ember. Impress me.
On my way? Heck no.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Okay, I want to go over here.
Damn it. The reports were true. I need to stop them before they get to the town.
Oh no!
Over here! This one!
That ability's great.
Stay down! Sickle!
Oh, healing.
Over here! Sickle! Get him! Farewell! Get him!
So, on account of Samwalk posting the headline, Star Trek Discovery was a departure for the franchise in many ways, but you talk about how it's the first series not to follow a ship and a captain. So, yes, it's literally named for the ship that it follows. So, there's that. In the strictest technical sense, it doesn't follow a captain because there are four captains?
Clive.
There's Giorgio, there's what's-his-butt, Jason Isaacs.
You all right?
Then there's Swishy Alien Dude.
Reports were true.
And then there's
The thralls have
Burnham.
returned. I dispatched the few that I found, though.
Well, there's something, I suppose. But what were they doing south of
So
town?
I guess we're
They all came from
we're
the
up to
north last
4
time.
captains.
We might be able to fend off an attack from one side or the other. But from
And then
both,
there's DS9,
Rabbis
which
in the north.
was about a station, not a
So,
ship.
I should probably go and have a look. Though,
Also
just to be
lower
sure.
decks.
You head back to Northreach.
Which
I
isn't
wouldn't
about a
be there just in
captain.
case war breaks out while I'm away.
What do you mean?
Her ladyship's been busy.
So that
working
headline's
her
just
magic
wrong
on
in
the
every
townspeople,
possible way.
stirring up ill feeling towards her father. But she'll have her marching on the barracks if we're not careful.
What? This is exactly what the Dane was afraid of. I'll do what I can to calm things down. Be careful out there, all right?
Don't worry, I'm not like you. One sniff of those things and I'm running back to town screaming blue murder.
Do you not see, Father? The people of Northreach have given enough, and only a fool would ask for more.
Listen to me, Sabine. Where would our people be without their country, hmm? The Empire is their sword and their shield. It is she that ensures they can live without fear.
Do they look like they're living without fear right now?
Teeters on the brink. Without their sword, how will the people fight? Without their shield, how will they protect their kin? Can the unarmed stand against the advancing hordes? No. But there is yet hope. A new shield, a new sword. A new empire. We can rebuild Sandbreck, just as Great Grieger wills it.
Perhaps we could, Father. But we don't want to. Not if it is built on the broken backs of the people.
Please, let us not quarrel in the street. You must see that no good will come of this. Our fight is not with each other, but with the threat that draws ever closer to our gates.
But also with each
A threat
other.
that your sword has yet to rid us of, Your Eminence.
You will hold your tongue, whore. You may have filled my daughter's head with your heresy, but I will not be corrupted.
Corrupted? Your daughter's opinions are her own, as you would know if you had ever deigned to listen to her. At least I hope they are your opinions, and not posturing born of a family feud. Northreach deserves better than that.
Northreach deserves better than you, Carla. Yes, I know who you are. The slut of Twinside who bedded a branded.
Gasp!
Jealous, are you? That a woman might choose a bearer over a pious man of Grieger.
Clive! I met a swarm of thralls coming south from Oriflamme. Hundreds of them. Too many to count.
No. Work on the fortifications has scarcely begun. We will retreat to Caernarvon and there make our stand. Did you hear me? That was an order.
While this is but a heartfelt plea, let us make our stand here and protect our homes. Protect those that we love. Together, for Northreach!
You heard the dame. What are we waiting for? Pikemen to the gates. Archers to the roofs. Quickly, come on!
But she is but a common...
whore, yes. And we'd follow her to the gates of hell.
But she's standing right there. You're not following her at all. She didn't leave.
The men have their orders, and they look like following them. I got them spaced out at regular intervals. Whichever direction the thralls strike from, there'll be someone there to meet them.
Thank you, Philippe. Rest assured the people will play their part. The herbalist has donated her stock of medicines to me. Should any of your men be injured, take them to the Vale. We'll see to them there.
Thank you, milady. I will.
I'll play my part too. You still want for numbers. Unlike the enemy, I only hope I can go some way to evening the odds. Philippe, can I leave the South in your hands? I doubt the thralls by the lake were the last of their number.
Of course. I'll lead a party down that way so we don't get taken by surprise. What about you?
Oh, I'm done with this side
The
quest.
road to Oriflamme.
You guys have got this now. I can move on.
Well, I can't promise to hold them all back. I should be able to thin the herd.
All right, but take care.
Thank you, both of you.
You can thank us when it's over.
Till then, madame.
All right, let's go fight in this green area.
We can help with the wounded.
Ready, go?
There are so many of them.
All right,
Not for
let's
long.
collect them all.
Is it over?
Obviously not.
It's only just begun.
Get him! This one.
Did he say it's only just begun? Yes, absolutely he did.
Sick him!
Eh.
That's better. Let's try.
This one. All yours, Torgal.
Zandai, what do you mean what? I thought the content of that link was fairly self-explanatory. Mr. Beast chose to wade into every geopolitical conflict of the modern age. And that seemed like a Twitter thread that Samwalk might enjoy.
Torgal, kill!
Jibcat, I think you might be terminally offline. Is it? You know how most people are terminally online? I feel like you're terminally offline. The state of bliss you must live in.
That looks to be the last of them. I wonder how the others fared. Better hurry back to town. Come on, Torgal.
Clive, it's good to see you.
And you. The road to Oriflamme is clear. How did you and your men fare?
Well, we ended up fighting for our lives down by the lake. Took a few nicks, but nothing the girls of the Vale can't put right.
Glad to hear it.
Well, it seems we've survived. For the time being, at least. I thank you both for answering the call.
You were right. And I was wrong. About everything. I had thought that the only way to unite the people was under the banner of Empire. That without a strong hand to guide them, they would drift apart. To be borne hither and yon by the eddying currents of fate. But you brought them together. Not by force, nor by the exercise of goddess-given authority,
but with the power of
by simply
Poon.
being one of them. By knowing what they feel, because you feel it yourself.
Our purpose was ever the same, Your Eminence. You were merely distracted by a loftier vision of empire and glory, while our eyes beheld matters closer to home.
You have the right of it again. As did you, Sabine. His radiance said it himself. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. I forgot that. And I am sorry.
All right, can we put this guy in the stockade
sorry
yet?
Too, Father. I should never have taken things so far. I only wanted you to understand how the people felt. How I felt. But my anger got the better of me.
Do not blame yourself, my dear. This was my doing. I should have listened to you. To all of you.
Your Eminence, your ladyship, I do not doubt that you came here with the best of intentions. But I believe the same could be said of us all. We all want safety, security, prosperity. Not just for Northreach, but for the entire realm. And we may yet achieve it. If only we work together. Will you join us in this?
Yes. We shall.
Thank you, Your Eminence.
I would love
Now that is
to have a
settled,
timer,
I must go and see to the wounded.
like a stopwatch,
The Vale's
to
doors
find
are
out
always
how
open
much
to
of this
any
quest
soldier
was
in need of
conversation
And
and how
today
much of
there
this
are more
quest
than
was fighting
ever
bad
before.
dudes.
Madame Isabel is a rare soul indeed. In these dark times, I see that it is not men like me who should lead the realm, but women like her.
You're right.
In what universe
Only I'd listened to her
has
when I had
this
the
noble
chance.
learned this
Forgive me
lesson
for saying so, my lady.
from this sequence of
But you
events
still do.
and not
Dame said it
instead
herself. We can turn
just
things
had
around.
the madam hanged?
We just have to work together. And that goes for you, too. You're one of us now.
One of you.
Well said, Captain. Let this be a new beginning, not only for Sanbreque, but for us.
Well, since there's nothing more to be done here, I should see if Isabel needs any help moving the wounded.
If there is another step in this quest, I swear to God. Gah!
Can we get you anything?
There's no need to worry.
Okay, but, yes, you're saying if he tried to kill the madam, his men would probably hang him. That would still be a more believable outcome of this quest. Of him being like, no! Take her away!
I saw several soldiers being carried to the Vale.
How goes the treatment of the wounded? I'd be happy to man one end of a stretcher if it would help.
You've helped quite enough for one day, Clive. Thank you.
Don't mention it.
Oh, but I must. After all you've done for this town, it is the very least you deserve.
Tell me, if Northreach had fallen, what would you have done? A woman of your means could find a home anywhere in the realm, but I sense you would rather have died here.
It's a long story.
For you, madame, I have all the time in the world.
Very well. Long ago, I had a life in the Crystalline Dominion. I was Carla then, courtesan to the nobility. So sought after was I that it was only they who could afford my time. Alas, those halcyon days were not to last. For naive as I was, I fell in love with a bearer. He was my master's guard, the gentlest man I have ever known. After they discovered us together, he was whipped bloody and forbidden from ever looking at me again. And so we fled. Not that we had anywhere to flee to. We wandered, aimless and starving, half dreading, half praying that the next day would be our last. Until we found ourselves here, in Northreach. It was the Vale that took us in, that fed us, clothed
Again,
us,
any of this characterization delivered earlier in the game would potentially have made the dame a character worth paying any attention to or caring about at all.
He passed away.
He did.
I do not understand what they were doing.
But at least we were able to share a few moments of peace before the end. It was the greatest gift I have ever received. But the generosity of this town and her people did not end there. The men and women of the Vale supported me through my grief, shared in it. Though I was
This
still a
is like
stranger to
big
them,
MMO energy,
they treated me like a
where you
sister.
get the character payoff at the end of the quest.
And so I swore that I would always do the same.
Yeah, and it's not like I avoided all the side. I've literally done every side quest as it's become available.
That I would repay my debt to the Vale.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing this with me.
You're a lot like him, you know. Perhaps that is why I have such a soft spot for you. Never stop fighting, Clive. And I shan't either. I know that it will not be easy to keep Northreach together. But our efforts will be rewarded. Just look at us now. The people, the soldiers, even the Duke of Oriflamme and his daughter, all united in defense of this town that we have come to call our home. And what of you? Can we count on
Think
your
of how
support
much
too?
money they could have saved hiring voice actors if they'd done another edit pass on this script. That would have cost editor wages. Listen, game developers pay editors pay writers even less than they pay voice actors. Voice actors are unionized.
These are clean kills. Perhaps young Ember really is ready. Or maybe not. Damn it.
Ember, draw your sword!
I can't!
Well, then you're gonna get eaten by a dragon.
If you want him, you'll have to go through me.
BS.
This one.
See, all my scout buddy needed to do was fire a laser beam out of his chest, and he would have had this in hand.
Ember, are you... gone? Of course. Scouts really are a rare breed. Back to Northreach it is then.
The garrison said they'd take another 100.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Where is Ember? How did he fare?
I thought I'd find him with you. He must have fled. I followed him to Eastwatch, where I found him being set upon by a wild Avis. He was just standing there. Didn't even draw his sword. I had to step in and take care of things. But by the time I had, he was nowhere to be seen. I assumed he'd set off in your direction, but apparently not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sid. I knew the boy had a nervous streak, but he seemed like...
The right man for the job?
Hey, look, I have a book.
I believe this is the logbook you tasked me with retrieving.
Hey? How did you... Don't you tell me you breached the tower while Sid was busy saving your skin.
What? Wasn't that what you asked me to do? To bring the thing back without getting caught?
He has you there, Nazaire. And he did it all on his own.
But Sid, he
did what he thought was best. And now I have to decide whether I agree.
Of course. We'll await your evaluation back at the hideaway. Don't you leave my sight.
Yes, Sergeant.
Yeah.
This won't be an easy decision.
Sure it will. What are you talking about? Okay, beaks. Everybody having the same face scars is a thing. Bearers, who are people that are capable of using magic, get face tattoos to mark them as a member of the enslaved class. And then the bearers who have freed themselves or joined the hideaway, who join like the curse breakers and what have you, generally have the skin where their tattoo is removed. And so they get the face scars where they've peeled their face off to get rid of the tattoo.
There's something about it.
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back, Sid.
Yes. Welcome back. Trip wasn't too much of a pain in the arse, I hope. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear, things didn't go quite as planned.
No, they most certainly did not. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey, but he didn't lose heart. He pressed on.
Oh, that was a choice.
He achieved his aim.
Oops.
And is that not what we ask of our scouts?
Indeed it is. Thank you for your honest appraisal, Sid. The fact
Well, I
remains,
chose the
however,
thing I
that
wanted to
Ember
choose,
will
so that's
not
good.
always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
Sorry, I was too busy roasting Jibcat for not
Ember
paying
still has much
attention to the
learn,
game
it's
to pay
true.
attention to the game.
And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance nonetheless. After all, he did do as you asked.
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade, and any mind can conquer its fears. But a scout's nose is different. You've either got one, or you ain't. And by sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a conch and a half. Wouldn't do to waste it now, would it?
Fine. One more chance.
I'll do whatever you ask. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you. Just you wait.
Daft as a brush, that one. But his heart's in the right place.
Daft as a
Just
brush.
Like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning on him for far too long.
Oh, there we go. Like
That's
other
only 'cause
choices in the
Frankus
game,
took
your
some of the
decision
weight
won't
off his
affect the
shoulders,
outcome of the side quest. Regardless of your choice to pass or fail
He's done
Ember,
told me
everyone
I've
will
said so,
agree
yeah.
the new recruit deserves a
having
second
thinking he's
chance to
been
prove
outdone
himself.
by. Next thing you know, he'll be asking for a day off. Chance would be a fine thing. Back to work.
Forgive me, Sid. This did not play out as I expected.
Things really do these days. But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Men who can make the best out of a bad situation. Remember that.
I will, Sid. Thank you.
All right, we have officially completed a quest. Oh God, there's another new quest here. Why is there another new quest? Ghost of Jeff Goldblum. I'm fairly certain I could exist without Jibcat.
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon, and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes, like.
So, what's the problem?
Well, the problem is that Etta's due any day now, and I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
All right then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
No. One made from the feather of a silver chocobo. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I'd try and track one down myself, only
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need, a feather.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern borders.
Could we just
There's
pluck
no
one out
shortage
of
those
Ambrosia
passing
and be
through
done with
Marthas.
it?
I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Meg, Jim Cat's trying to sell me a BMW Z3.
Welcome to the Patron
Also, I
Twister.
fully agree with the
Language.
comment that
Come
with
to
the
claim
comment
your
that a
just
Z3 is
desserts.
just an expensive Miata. Continental acclaim. If the drunken galley captain I shared a table with last night is to be believed, word of your exploits has made its way across the seas to the great continent. What's more, she claims there are those who would see you flourish, herself being one such woman.
You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Ghost of Jeff Goldblum, you're right. I will feel about it. The day Jim Cat leaves, I will feel about it. What did the Gunji gloves do? Increases damage dealt to enemies by 5%? All right, there's 2 new quests, or 2 new hunts.
Clive. Quick look.
All right, to Delmechia. And while this scene happens, I'm going to the bathroom. I will be right back. Okay. We're back. Honestly, so the funny thing is, somebody posted a picture of the Starfield main screen or title screen to chat. And the thing that's funniest to me about the complaint is that the thing on the screen that makes it look low effort is the font. Like, there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's just the font that they use makes it feel like it's a stock menu that they've applied over top of a really polished piece of art. Yeah, it does. It looks like the UI from Alien Isolation, which was also itself an aesthetic choice, intended like deliberately trying to look retro.
Here to help me pack. Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost
And
finished
like
already, in
retro and incredibly
You're really going
industrial.
to go through with this then.
fact. I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, 2, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
All right, let's go turn on this other quest.
What's an...
Have to listen to me.
I think we'd better shut up shop for today.
What? Oh.
You lied about being one of us?
Why do they always have to make such a fuss out of it?
What's the commotion?
That's Snake's.
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news, might I ask?
Lubor, perhaps? The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, but for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
You're making a mistake.
Come, Clive. If our words will not move them...
All right, now
we
we
must
can
find
go
another way
do
to help save the town.
things.
All right. Let's speak to Lord Ferda.
I think we'd better shut up.
What's Lubor raving about now?
Lord Ferda.
Sid, what's wrong?
I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted.
The bloody fools.
Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support.
but I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalamil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Further! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor, I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Blue Boy is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
Underhill can't sound like anything but a fake name to you. Well, I mean, in fairness, it was a fake name in context.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat. They don't sleep. They don't tire. And they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
Oh, he used profanity.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Maybe just let these people die.
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalamil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Okay.
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far away!
Run!
Just go!
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. See ya. Enjoy your fate.
Wait, someone's coming.
No. Come on.
Stop! You're hurting him!
Extremely goodbye.
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
You're literally standing on a pile of dust.
Making sure things run smoothly around here. And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
We've arrived in the portion of this game that's a musical. They're about to burst into song. The game has gone full camp.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then.
Oh, man.
Fine.
Gather round if you don't want to die.
I'm willing to give a game a lot of leeway.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalamil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic Force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalamil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalamil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little
Yeah.
gardening.
Now that I've pointed it out,
I doubt it. I have a feeling these
you're watching
weeds
the
will be
animation and being like,
particularly
"Oh,
Luckily, so am I.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalamil.
Looks like everyone's ready. I'd better not keep them. Ready, go? Faster!
into the ether flood."
There it is. The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
It's a good thing my chocobo's immune. It definitely won't turn Akashic, like all of the Akashic chocobos we've met.
We can't leave a single one alive. Sick 'em!
Where's the other caster?
Go, Tor! Over here!
The upshot of this is that this is probably the last quest for this shopkeep, this ally. I should get his sign soon.
This one. Kill! Waken wind! All yours, Waffle! Now, Torgal! Shiva! Torgal, kill!
Better already.
This one. Yeah! This one.
I needed that.
There we go.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
Damn, I'm pretty. Don't we all miss Assassin Cock?
All the Akashic we were able to find have been dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Clive! What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends,
The
Horde
10
has been
most
driven
underrated
back.
DC movies
The Akashic
ranked.
have been defeated.
Starting with number 10, Lego
need not fear the
Batman, a
arrival of
universally
any war
acclaimed
Thanks
movie.
to Clive. Victory is ours.
Definitely underrated.
Bloody did it!
We saved Dalimil.
Number 9, The Suicide Squad, another critically
Lubor,
beloved movie.
allow me to apologize. After all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
How many DC
We
movies
need
are
you,
there?
Lubor.
There are lots.
Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
All right. So, if you want to know how many feature films are there based on DC Comics, here is your answer. Superman and the Mole Men, 1951. Batman, 1966. Superman, 1978. Superman 2, 1980. Swamp Thing, 1982. Superman 3, 1983. Supergirl, 1984. Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, 1984. 1987. The Return of Swamp Thing, 1989. Batman, 1989. Batman Returns, 1992. Batman Forever, 1995. Batman and Robin, 1997. Steel, 1997. Catwoman, 2004. Constantine, 2005. Batman Begins, 2005. Superman Returns, 2006. The Dark Knight, 2008. Watchmen, 2009. Jonah Hex, 2010. Green Lantern, 2011. The Dark Knight Rises, 2012. Man of Steel, 2013. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, 2016. Suicide Squad, 2016. Wonder Woman, 2017. Justice League, 2017. Aquaman, 2018. Shazam, 2019. Joker, 2019. Birds of Prey, 2020. Wonder Woman 1984, 2020. The Suicide Squad, 2021. The Batman, 2022. Black Adam, 2022. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, 2023. The Flash, 2023. Blue Beetle, 2023. And then, if you were to include DC imprints, but not specifically movies from DC, there's also V for Vendetta, Stardust, The Losers, The Kitchen, Road to Perdition, A History of Violence, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Red 2, and that looks like it. That looks like it. And then there's also two episodes. There are several episodes of The Flash that were released as direct-to-video movies. 1990, The Flash. So there's The Flash, 1990. The Flash 2, Revenge of the Trickster, 1991. And The Flash 3, Deadly Nightshade, 1991. Then if we were to include animation, we have Batman Mask of the Phantasm, Teen Titans Go to the movies, DC League of Super Pets, Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, Batman Beyond, Return of the Joker, Batman Mystery of the Batwoman, The Batman vs. Dracula, Superman Brainiac Attacks, Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo, Superman Doomsday, Justice League New Frontier, Batman Gotham Knight, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern First Flight, Superman vs. Batman Public Enemies, Justice League Crisis on Two Earths, Batman Under the Red Hood, Superman Batman Apocalypse, All-Star Superman, Green Lantern Emerald Knights, Batman Year One, Justice League Doom, Superman vs. the Elite, The Dark Knight Returns Part 1, The Dark Knight Returns Part 2, Superman Unbound, Justice League, The Flashpoint Paradox, JLA Adventures, Trapped in Time, Justice League, War, Son of Batman, Batman Assault on Arkham, Justice League, Throne of Atlantis, Batman vs. Robin, Batman Unlimited, Animal Instincts, Justice League, Gods and Monsters, Batman Unlimited, Monster Mayhem, Batman, Bad Blood, Batman, The Killing Joke, Batman, Return of the Caped Crusaders, DC Superhero Girls, Superhero High, Justice League vs. Teen Titans, DC Superhero Girls, Hero of the Year, Batman Unlimited, Mechs vs. Mutants, Justice League Dark, Teen Titans, The Judas Contract, DC Superhero Girls, Intergalactic Games, Batman and Harley Quinn, Batman vs. Two-Face, Scooby-Doo and Batman, The Brave and the Bold, Batman, Gotham by Gaslight, Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay, Batman Ninja, The Death of Superman, DC Superhero Girls, Legends of Atlantis, Reign of the Supermen, Justice League vs. the Fatal Five, Batman vs. the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Batman Hush, Teen Titans Go vs. Teen Titans, Wonder Woman Bloodlines, Superman Red Sun, Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War, Superman Man of Tomorrow, Batman, Soul of the Dragon, Justice Society, World War II, Teen Titans Go! See Space Jam, Batman, The Long Halloween Part 1, Batman, The Long Halloween Part 2, Injustice, Catwoman, Hunted, Teen Titans Go! And DC Superhero Girls Mayhem in the Multiverse, Green Lantern Beware My Power, Batman and Superman Battle of the Super Sons, Legion of Superheroes, Batman, The Doom That Came to Gotham, Justice League X RWBY, Superheroes and Huntsman Part 1, Justice League Warlord, Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2, Justice League X RWBY, Superheroes and Huntsman Part 2, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths, and Watchmen. Then, as Lego films, we have Lego Batman the Movie, DC Superheroes Unite, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Batman Beleaguered, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Justice League vs. Bizarro League, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Justice League Attack of the Legion of Doom, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Justice League's Cosmic Clash, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Justice League Gotham City Breakout, the Lego Batman Movie, Lego DC Superhero Girls Brain Drain, Lego DC Superhero Girls The Flash, Lego DC Superhero Girls Supervillain High, Lego DC Comics Superheroes Aquaman Rage of Atlantis, Lego DC Batman Family Matters, Lego DC Shazam Magic and Monsters. And then in direct to video, we have Chase Me, Have I Got a Story for You, Crossfired Field Test, In Darkness Dwells, Working Through Pain, Deadshot, Tales of the Black Freighter, Joker's Playhouse, The Spectre, Jonah Hex, Green Arrow, Superman vs. Shazam, The Return of Black Adam, Catwoman, Nightwing and Robin, Constantine, John Con Noir, Sergeant Rock, Death, The Phantom Stranger, Adam Strange, Batman, Death in the Family, Kamandi, The Last Boy on Earth, The Losers, Blue Beetle, and Constantine, House of Mystery. So, you wanted the answer to how many DC movies are there? There's your answer.
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see.
There's 69 total?
I will only accept
Nice.
your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
No, you guys are assholes!
Condition accepted.
My first act in defense of Dalimil is to cast you out.
It seems my mayorship is all but confirmed.
You're not allowed to live here anymore. Bearers only. Get out.
How fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
Lubo, about the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Definitely not. We did it, Reddit. Oh, I don't want to fight that. Not one bit.
Here we are again. Carava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Right there. Where that giant ass tortoise is. Ass tortoise.
It looks like we found him.
Ow! You stupid ass tortoise.
Waken!
Keep walking right into these attacks.
Nice try.
You ever want to just punch a tortoise? All right, so Samwalk now found another article. What's even the point of sports game reviews? And I was worried hearing that the article, like, I saw that title and I was like, man, can you imagine being the developer of a sports game and just constantly hearing the refrain of like, oh, they just make the same game every year and change the number on it. But apparently the article's perspective is, as we head into another cycle of annual sports games, is anyone really listening? And like that's a perspective that I'm more willing to allow. Of the like, players are going to buy it no matter what. Sure, I'll accept that argument. Hello,
Buying
merchant.
or selling? Of course. Take care.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
All right. I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms, and only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. We have made plans to see us through, but such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, and so I offer you another That you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, signed your father.
An inheritance.
Is it a better
It
sword?
would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath.
If only he'd had better taste in women.
And she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
To the archive. Oh, no, Balthazar, our mom is super dead. What the... I just talked to him. Does he have another quest for me now? Like... Oh my god, he does.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus, an ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash, a continent teeming with orcs and Akashic.
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Sure.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
If this new faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then...
Let's concentrate on finding the third.
Okay,
First, shall we?
This way? Over here? Somewhere? Not here. There's an archive here somewhere. I swear to God.
Scraps you were after.
Thanks. Can't do
Oh.
without leather.
Is it literally inside this? Yeah, it is. Oh, what's this? Oh. No one cares. Hi!
My lord, your grace.
Don't just sneak up on me. Announce yourselves when you come in.
I hardly recognize you. I am Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands.
Ooh, matching armbands.
Alas.
Best friends forever.
He did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these, works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see.
All right.
We do at least know
there
where
we
to
go.
find
This is, it's not just go get a rock. It's get a rock that only the most powerful person on Earth
not
could
far
get.
from here.
A certain specimen.
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Okay, so there's a quest there. Open world map. We're going to duck back to the hideaway real quick. We're just about done for the night, but we're going to duck back to the hideaway real quick.
There's something about it.
Twinside's hundreds of leagues away. That'd mean the crystal...
How are you doing? Quick look.
All right.
Always something.
It looks like there are currently no new available side quests to take. So it's just a matter of burning down the ones we have, which is something we can do next time. Hooray. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you to everybody who subscribes, everybody who follows, everybody who cheers, everybody who chats, and everybody who hangs out and lurks. It's a genuine thrill to stream for you, and I hope you have as much fun watching as I do playing. I'll be back on Tuesday, same mad time, same mad channel, here on twitch.tv/Wiggins. And I do hope you will tune in then. In the meantime, as always, you can follow me on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Wiggins_TV. And if you're a subscriber, you can join the Discord by making sure your Twitch account and Discord account are linked in Discord's back end, where my server will appear to you as if by magic among your linked servers. Yeah. You should join the Discord. Tomorrow, for the Discord movie night, we are doing Kung Fu Hustle and Shaolin Soccer. So take this as your warning/advisement to join the Discord so that you don't miss out. All right. With that said, let's see if there's anybody online to throw to this evening. Everybody hop aboard this raid train. I will see you back here on Tuesday. Until then, so long, have a great night, and goodbye.